We don't know when they're coming, but they're coming, and we couldn't be more excited. Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most anticipated games releasing in the far future!
Time to learn some new tricks.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most anticipated video games that don't have an official release date. To help differentiate this from our 2020 list, we will only be including games whose release dates are completely unknown. At least right now, anyway.
Well, I have no idea what you mean. Our food is healthy.
Number 10, Star Citizen. Oh boy. Star Citizen is a long time in the making. Development began all the way back in 2011 and was overseen by a massive Kickstarter campaign. Suffice to say, the hype is strong with this one. This is largely due to the involvement with Chris Roberts, the lead designer of the Wing Commander series. Despite initially being scheduled for a 2014 release, we've only received a handful of alpha components, and a beta of the single-player mode called Squadron 42 is planned for release sometime in spring of 2020. As for a full release, probably be on spaceships by the time we're actually playing the full game. Number 9, Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2. If there's one award we could give to this game right now, it would be for the most metal thing we've ever seen. Seriously, look at this. Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice blew critics away in 2017. It was hard to believe that this was an indie title, yet it stood out for its stellar world design, accurate depiction of psychosis, and most important of all, lead actress Melina Jurgmann's award-winning performance. Now, with financial backing from Microsoft, Hellblade 2 is ready to stand out on the Xbox Series X, which is a dumb name for a console. And it makes the first game look like a prologue in comparison. Senua looks terrifying, yet we are more than eager to step into this new world. Oh boy, gimme! Number 8, Baldurs Gate 3. It's been a long time since we've gotten a new Baldur's Gate game. The first was developed by BioWare back in 1998, and its acclaimed sequel, Shadows of Arm, followed up 2 years later. Since then, it's been just spin-offs, expansions, and remasters. A third game was in development before Black Owl Studios was forced to close, and all traces disappeared. Since that time, however, Divinity creator Larian Studios has acquired the rights to develop and publish a third Baldur's Gate game, which will take its influence from the 5th edition of the Dungeons & Dragons rule set. Number 7, Bayonetta 3. Some fans hope to see Bayonetta 3 in 2019, as various Nintendo executives strongly hinted that it would be released that year. However, that changed in April 2019 when the game was officially given a TBA release window. Following that disappointment, fans eagerly awaited to see it at E3 2019, but were once again left disappointed. Oh, and there was also the Game Awards 2019, and that came and went. Luckily, Platinum Games head producer Atsushi Inaba told Video Game Chronicle that development was going very well and that fans shouldn't worry about cancellation. According to him, skipping E3 was an intentional PR strategy. Not sure about the Game Awards though. Not an indication that there wasn't anything to show. You can expect Bayonetta 3 on the Switch sometime soon. Don't let me down, Platinum. Number 6, Age of Empires 4. The Age of Empires series has been going strong since 1997, when Microsoft published the Ensemble Studios game for Windows. The pair proceeded to release 3 main Age of Empires games, but Ensemble went defunct in 2009 following the release of Halo Wars. As such, Warhammer 40,000 and Company of Heroes developer Relic Entertainment are helming the 4th entry in the Age of Empires series, which Phil Spencer said is making good progress. He also said that they've been, quote, incredibly impressed by Relic's capability. So we have a feeling that they will deliver a quality product worthy of the esteemed Age of Empires name. Number 5. Babylon's Fall. This is definitely one of the more promising games on this list. Since the last time both Square Enix and Platinum Games collaborated, we are treated to the fantastic, post-apocalyptic Nier Automata. From what we've been shown of the game so far, it looks like a blend of Devil May Cry-like action in a Dark Souls setting, which is definitely going to tick off a lot of people's boxes. In recent years, Platinum has proved themselves to be among the best in the hack and slash genre, and from the previews alone, we can tell this one will surely live up to the ones that have preceded it. Number 4. Metroid Prime 4. Oh, how we desperately await Metroid Prime 4. The Prime series was a monumental achievement, and this anticipated sequel will be the first console game for the series since the massively disappointing Metroid Other M. Prime 4 was announced back in 2017, and was being developed by Bandai Namco Studios' Singapore branch. However, it soon came to light that Nintendo was unimpressed with their work, and the entire game was scrapped in 2019, requiring original Prime developer Retro Studios to start from scratch. Nintendo's Shinya Takahashi has admitted that the game will require extensive development, so you shouldn't expect to see Samus anytime soon. At least we know Nintendo cares about the quality of their games.
任天堂とレトロスタジオを代表して本件につきましてどうかご理解いただけますよう心からお願い申し上げます。ありがとうございました。
Number 3. Elden Ring.
The Elden Ring. Oh, Elden Ring.
From Software has been on a killer streak lately, with Sekiro winning Game of the Year and announcing a brand new IP called Elden Ring in the same year. This is a collaboration between From Software and George R.R. Martin, the writer of the A Song of Ice and Fire series, as director Hidetaka Miyazaki wrote an original plot around Martin's lore and extensive world building. Like Dark Souls, Elden Ring promises to be a fantasy RPG, although it will take place within an open world populated by fully explorable dungeons and ruins. We don't know much about the game at this time, but come on, From Software and George R.R. Martin. This is a day one buy. Number 2, The Elder Scrolls 6.
We're also building toward the game after that. And it's the one you keep asking about.
We've been waiting almost a decade for a new Elder Scrolls game, and it looks like we'll have to wait a lot longer. While the game was originally announced in 2018, Todd Howard has confirmed that Bethesda is focusing on Starfield, which is still years away. He also announced that The Elder Scrolls 6 is still in the pre-production phase, which means we won't be seeing this for a long time. It is guaranteed for the next generation. It likely won't come up until we're very well within the generational cycle. While you certainly shouldn't hold your breath, it's nice to know that Bethesda hasn't forgotten about everyone's favorite fantasy setting. Let's hope they don't brush this one again. Before we unveil our topic, here are a few honorable mentions.
How comes the reckoning? Jade.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild sequel. It's not very often that Nintendo does direct Zelda sequels, but there are just so many possibilities with Breath of the Wild that they couldn't help themselves. The original game's DLC proved so ambitious that Nintendo decided to implement their ideas into a brand new game. Producer Eiji Aonuma has stated that the game will take inspiration from Red Dead Redemption 2, as it is a favorite of the development team. In October 2019, Nintendo of Japan tweeted about job openings for a scenario planner and level designer, which seems to indicate that the game is still in early development. Seeing as how the first game took around 5 years to make, we shouldn't expect a sequel until the early 2020s, at least. In the mood for more awesome gaming content? Be sure to check out this video here on Mojo Plays. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.